Hello everyone, this is CS Divesh Goel, practicing Company Secretary of Delhi. This is our part 6 in series of video on DPT3 return of deposit. In our earlier part, we have discussed about applicabilities of this form, difference between deposit and particular not considered deposit, and some demos how to file DPT3. In this video, we are going to discuss about some questions, FAQs received by the professional, received from the professional through WhatsApp group, Telegram group, and other sources. Let's discuss one by one. Question number 1: whether loan from LLP shall be considered as deposit or non-deposit. As per the definition of deposit in acceptance of deposit rules, if a company accepts loan from other company, it shall be considered as non-deposit, but nowhere mentioned about LLP. So we can say that if a company accepts loan from LLP, that loan shall be considered as deposit for the company. Whether private limited company can accept loan from LLP. As per the definition of the private limited companies are not allowed to accept loan, accept deposit from the entities except mentioned under exclusive definition of deposit. Therefore, private limited companies cannot accept loan from the LLPs. Question number 3: whether there is any situation when private companies can accept loan from LLP. There is one situation. As per exemption notification of 5th June 2015 and 13th June 2017, private companies can accept loan from shareholders. If LLP is shareholder of the company, in that case, private company can accept loan from the LLP also. Question number 4: if any time acceptance of loan, nature of lender was company, however, later during the term of continuation of loan, such company convert into LLP, what shall be the treatment of such loan in DPT? To decide whether a loan or deposit or not, nature of the date of transaction shall be considered. If at the time of acceptance of loan, lender was company, then change in status of lender does not impact the borrower transaction. So if at the time of acceptance of loan, lender was company, this loan shall be considered as a non-deposit. If private company receive loan from director cum shareholder, such loan shall be considered as loan from director or shareholder. One person is director and shareholder is the same person. Company receive loan from such person, whether such loan is we will show as a director or shareholder. That is depend upon certain things. Such loan shall be considered as loan from shareholder or director depend upon following: nature of such transaction in financial statement of the company, whether declaration received from the director that it is from his own fund. If declaration is not received, whether compliance of acceptance of loan of shareholder is done or not. On the basis of answer of the above questions, above points, we have to decide whether it is loan from director or loan from shareholder. Question number 6: if promoter director bring fund into company from the borrower fund, whether such loan can be considered as exempted deposit. First discuss about director. As per provision of definition of deposit, company can receive loan from director. If such loan is taken from the director own fund, shall be considered as exempted deposit, otherwise shall be considered as deposit. In case of promoter, as per promoter, if loan is received from the promoter under stipulation to the bank, whether given from borrower fund or not, shall be considered as deposit. Question number 7: whether acceptance of deposit from HUF of director permissible as exempted deposit. This is a very important question. Many times professionals ask, the company have received loan from HUF of director, whether it is deposit or non-deposit. The answer is mentioned here. As per provision of the Act, private limited companies can accept deposit loan from the relative of directors. Definition of relative includes member of HUF, but definition does not include HUF. Therefore, HUF is not a living person, cannot be relative. Therefore, loan received from HUF shall not be considered as exempted deposit. Loan from HUF shall be considered as deposit for the purpose of companies. Whether a member can give loan to company from borrower's funds? Yes, member can give loan to company from borrower's funds. There is no restriction or conditions on the members. Question number 9: a company accept loan from individual. At the time of acceptance of loan, such individual was director, but later on such person resigned from the position. What shall be treatment of such loan? For the purpose of this type of questions, Position of person at the time of lending of loan to the company shall be considered. Position at the time of lending of money have to be considered. So at the time of lending of money, that person was the director of the company. That's why this loan shall be considered as non-deposit. Whether deposit oblique loan can be repaid by issue of shares. For the answer of this question, you have to look at the section 62 subsection 3. Section 62 subsection 3 is stating about the process of conversion of loan into equity. Question number 11. Whether the provision of deposits applicable on the NBFC company as per rule 1, sub rule 3, provision of this chapter shall not apply to the NBFC companies. Question number 12. Whether loan received from member shall be considered as category of non-deposit. As per definition of deposit, nowhere they have exempted loan from shareholder. Loan from shareholder is exempted by notification dated 5th June 2015 and 13 June 2017. Therefore, loan from shareholder shall be considered as deposit, but it is allowed to be accepted by private limited companies on the basis of some condition. Question number 13. Whether loan from sole proprietorship of director shall be considered as deposit. There is no difference between sole proprietorship and individual. So if loan received from the sole proprietor can be considered as loan received from the director. Only one thing, that director have to give declaration this loan is not from the borrowed fund, this is from their own fund, then it will not consider as deposit. Whether private limited company required to filing any form with ROC at the time of acceptance of loan from shareholder. As per exemption notification and deposit rules, private companies are required to file e-form DPT-3 at the time of acceptance of loan from the shareholders. Question number 15. Whether private limited companies are required to hold general meeting for acceptance of loan. Yes, as per section 73 subsection 2, a company may subject to passing of ordinary resolution in the meeting of shareholder general meeting accept loan from the shareholder. Therefore, we can say that private limited companies are required to hold general meeting and pass ordinary resolution for acceptance of loan from the shareholder. Question number 16. In case companies does not have any outstanding loans or advances as on 31st March, whether such companies are required to file e-form DPT-3, then answer will be no. DPT-3 is not required to file the nil transaction, nil outstanding. DPT-3 required to file whenever there is any transaction. Question number 7. Whether auditor certificate is required in all situations for filing of DPT-3. Auditor, there are the two situations. One, we are filing form for deposit purpose. One, we are filing for non-deposit purpose. One, we are filing for deposit plus non-deposit. So, auditor certificate is required for deposit purpose. Auditor certificate is not required for only non-deposit purpose. Auditor certificate is required for deposit and non-deposit. So, wherever there is deposit, whenever you are clicking on remote button number 2 or 4 in DPT-3, it is required to attach the auditor certificate. Hope these FAQs are relevant to you and very useful to you. Please subscribe our YouTube channel. If you have any queries, you can mention in the comment box. Further, you can get regular updates through WhatsApp. You can message us on 8130657778. Thank you so much.